Temple of Hylia. Oh crap, there's Impa. She's gonna rip us a new one again. I don't want to talk to this lady. She's kind of mean. What's up here? This looks interesting. That's a weird little figure. Whatever. Just a chair. More light. Okay. Let's have a chat.
Hey!
At last, I've been expecting you, you moron. You're doubtless overwhelmed. So I will explain things as simple as I can. This is the Temple of Hylia, though it will become to be known as the Sealed Temple sometime in the future. You stand in the past, ages before your own time. Here the goddess Hylia has only just sealed away demise. And little time has passed since the goddess sent the outcropping of rock into the sky that would one day become Skyloft. It is true to its name. You have passed through the gate of time to an era in the distant past. You'll have many questions, but for now, you must proceed back through the great doors behind you. What? I just came from here. Oh, you mean over there? It is there that the person you've risked life and blood to defend waits for you. Alright, later, nerd. Should we tell her about selling her bathwater online, or shouldn't we? You've come so far, you moron. I'm glad you made it. I imagine Impa filled you in on everything. We've traveled very far from home to the distant past. In this era, I guess both is okay in some parts, the wounds inflicted on the land during the battle between the goddess and the demon king known as Demise have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about that war we heard growing up in Skyloft, incredible as it may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time you learned the whole story. Let me try to explain. I love that music. That's also part of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Almost don't want to interrupt it. Okay, I should move on at some point. The old gods created a supreme power that gave anyone who possessed it the ability to shape reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his own, Demise readied a massive army of monsters for war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. The goddess feared for her people. She used her power to send both them and the Triforce into the sky on a slice of earth she cut away from the land. This floating rock became the new home for our people, or of our people. In time, it came to be known as Skyloft. After a long and fierce battle, the goddess Hylia succeeded in sealing away Demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear that the seal would not hold long against his fearsome power. Hylia had suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there would be no stopping him. And if the Demon King were to free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all beings of this land. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hylia devised two separate plans and set them both into motion. Duh. First, she created Vi. That was her first mistake, because she sucks. She made the spirit that resides in her sword to serve a single purpose, to assist her chosen hero and on his mission. Her second plan was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul to the body of a mortal. ... She made this sacrifice, as you have likely guessed, so that the supreme power created by the old gods could one day be used. For while the supreme power of the Triforce was created by gods, all of its power can never be yielded by one. Knowing this power was her last and only hope, the goddess gave up her divine powers and her immortal form. You've probably figured it out by now, haven't you, moron? Well, I'm a moron, so I don't know. You're the chosen hero, and I, Zelda, I am the goddess reborn as immortal. The day of this ceremony, Girahim's tornado tossed me out of the sky and down to the world below. I know I was there. I was nearly captured by the demonic forces, but I was rescued at the last moment by the old woman who lives in the sealed grounds. I had no memory at all of my existence as Hylia, but she explained it to me. She helped me to remember who I was and what I had to do. I set out to pray at the goddess statues located in each temple across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me. After I visited them all, Impa, an agent of the goddess, led me here, to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort to prevent the revival of demise. Great job we've been doing. It's coming back over and over again in every Zelda game there is. Stripped of his true physical form by the seal that binds him, he takes the shape of an abomination. Abdomination, something that comes out of her abdomen, in the back there. But even in his hideous state, he's more than capable of devouring this land if we fought. Wow. But even in his hideous state, he's more than capable of devouring this land if we allow him to do what he desires. We must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisons him at any cost. That is why I intend to remain here in this time and place, to sustain the seal as best as I can. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from fully reviving himself in our own time. I must maintain the seal that I created so long ago and keep it strong for as long as I'm able. With the memories of my former life returning to me, I can now see that this is my purpose. You moron. The goddess created Find, the great blade she's part of, for very specific reasons. For the task of standing against Demise in the monstrous form he now assumes rests solely in your shoulders. Back in our own time, you've already driven him back into his prison twice now. I can't thank you enough for that. You moron. During your long journey, you've grown so much. You learned wisdom from solving devious puzzles and traps. You gained power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. And by overcoming the trial set before you by the goddess, you found the true courage. Now that those qualities reside in you, you are worthy of wielding the power that the old gods left behind for our kind. You can claim the Triforce. Valiant hero, you have endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to reach this place. Along your travels you have found wisdom, power, and courage, and for this I shall bless your sword with the goddess's power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatens this land. The mark you see upon the back of her hand is proof that you are the hero of legend, and that within you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand now, you moron. Draw your sword. Sword. Don't know why, but I just remembered the word smorgasbord. Alright. The goddess has blessed your blade, and the Master Sword has at last achieved its ultimate form. The sword is now imbued with the mythical power to drive back demons, and only that moron may wield it. Only you, moron. Before I say another word, I feel like I owe you an apology. You see, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in this world. If you can obtain the actual Triforce, we will have the power to vanquish demise once and for all. The problem is it smorgasbord or smorgasbord? I thought it was... maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was schmor. Anyway, the problem is, among the countless souls in this world, only a select few, those with an unbreakable spirit, can wield its might. It's impossible to know the true reason why the old gods created the Triforce, but I have a theory of my own. Well, let's hear it. The gods created the Triforce, yet they specifically decided so that their own kind could never use its power. Somehow, I think that may have been their way of giving hope to all the mortal beings of the land. Which brings us back to you. To face demise and give the land hope, the goddess Hylia needed someone with an unbreakable spirit. That someone is you moron. But spirit alone wasn't enough. You had to overcome many trials and awaken the hero within yourself, so that you could wield that supreme power. And so Hylia, and so I knew that if it meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger, without even a moment's doubt. I used you. Well, that's alright, you can use me anytime. This channel is becoming less and less kids-friendly for some reason, I don't know. These dirty jokes pop into mind ever so often. I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you into all of this, you moron. But you have to understand this is war, and the fate of the land hangs in the balance. I need your strength to tip the scales in our favor. All the time may be well-intentioned and true, but it doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't excuse my actions. I'm so hungry too. I'm getting more and more hungry too. My girlfriend baked bread earlier, a sunflower seed bread, and it's awesome, so I'm gonna have a piece of that later. Oh, it's pumpkin seeds, not sunflower seeds, I'm sorry. First we had a piece of Zelda, and now we have a piece of bread. But I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in this time, deep in sleep for thousands of years. Well, that's very useful, thank you. She kind of reminds me of somebody, I don't know. You moron. I can't say enough. I'm so sorry for the way I had to involve you in this. But until my memory of things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry such a heavy destiny. Before all this, I was happy just spending my days hanging around with you in Skyloft. Wanted the feeling to last forever. While it's true that I'm highly reborn, I'm still my father's daughter and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. When demise is finally gone, there will be no more need for the seal that binds him, and then I'll be able to wake up. So I'm going to ask you a favor, sleepyhead. Ever since you were kids, I'd always be the one to wake you up when you slept in. But this time, when all this is over, will you come to wake me up? Of course. I promise. I will.
It's kind of fun.
I want to say, no, you're on your own, dude. Got my own problems. Well, let's go with something heartfelt here. I promise. Maybe a little bit more tearful. I promise. Pumpkin seeds are delicious. Yeah, especially if you roast them. And the braid is braid. I don't know what's going on here. Help me, somebody. Get me out of this. The bread is covered in them, so in the process of baking, the seeds at top are kind of very roasted, and that's awesome. Is there more talking because I'm all talked out now? I have no spit left in my mouth. Oh, we're done. Alright, everybody. We would have 7 minutes left on the stream, but I think this is a perfect ending to today's stream. And as you witnessed, everybody, painfully, I can't talk anymore. It's just, it left me at some point, and there's no recuperating from that. So I'm gonna save the game here. Wish you all a very great rest of your day, everybody. Hope you're having a good time in the new year so far. It's been great having Bad Mallard here on my side, bearing with me through all my hiccups here, trying to get any English word out. And to all of you on YouTube, I hope you're enjoying the series so far. It seems like you are. It's doing better than Kerbal Space Program, like I said before. Thanks for the stream. Enjoy your bread. Thank you. I will in a second here. Guten Appetit. Well, guten Appetit right back to you. For whatever you're about to have at some point in your day. And, right. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. I already said that. Hope to see you all again soon. And as we say in Austria, Mahlzeit. And, what do I usually say? Bis bald. Und Baba. Bye now.